Tonight on Smashdown, we start an all-new season. Will the champion hang on? We find out next.
It's time for big horsepower and big hair.
You're watching Monster Truck Attitude.
Happy New Year, MTA fans, and welcome to Smashdown. All 8 of these drivers are going to be competing all January season long, not only chasing the championship flag, but the point system is back, so the overall points champion will advance to the next season as well. Up first here tonight in round 1, Classroom Crusher set to take on Vendetta. Then we're going to be taking a look at Invader making his debut with an old driver. He'll be taking on Boss Gator in our first matchups of round 1. And coming to the line right now is 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞, the new kid on the block, has taken MTA by storm, already racked up several championship wins. Classroom Crusher coming to the line. He's now going to be taking on another new kid on the block, 𝐿 who made his MTA debut just a couple of months ago. Vendetta's ready to go now on the outside. Again, these drivers are not only chasing the flag, they're chasing the points. Here's the green right now, and off the line they go. They're even. Vendetta now with the lead, but Classroom Crusher making up the ground on the big end, and 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 pulls out a big-time win here tonight over 𝐿 and Vendetta. The kid has started here in the January season. We go back and check out the Crush This replay. Vendetta now had a lead down the straightaway, but 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 and Classroom Crusher again making up the ground. He gets the school bus across the finish line first and puts Vendetta on the trailer. Next up here tonight, inside of round 1 competition, we're taking a look at Austin Spence and the Boss Gator out of the Crush This race team. He's setting out to go one-on-one with Brandon Jager in the all-new Invader Ford, a several-time champion out here on the MTA YouTube channel. He is back behind the wheel of a new ride. Let's see if he can get the job done and take out the Boss Gator, who's been known to be a top-tier threat on the channel. Here's the green light now as they come down the straightaway. Boss Gator got a whole shot, but Invader's starting to make a comeback on him on 2 wheels and turns it over in the shutdown area. Brandon Jager has rolled the brand new piece of equipment out here, and it looks like the Boss Gator may have come away with a championship win here in round 1. We go back and look at the Crush This replay. Invader, he gets a little crossed up right there in no man's land. They come to the finish line, and Boss Gator gets the win by inches here tonight. But watch Invader hikes it up on 2 wheels for a little bicycle right there, and over he goes into the ramps down there in the shutdown area. And right now, our MTA track crew officials are down there on scene, getting ready to flip the Invader machine back over. That's not how he wanted to debut a new truck, but he's going to be a threat, because if you saw how close that race was with the Boss Gator, Invader might just be the one to get it done next week. As we move on inside of round 1, we're going to be taking a look at Dan 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 from the Crush This race team in the Dodge Raminator out of Champaign, Illinois. He's now set to take on Jimmy Bones Ferguson in that sweet-looking graffiti 57 Chevy Avenger over there on the outside lane, hailing out of Columbus, Michigan. So a great matchup here tonight inside of round 1 between Bowtie and Mopar. Who's going to be taking home the win as Team Scream takes on Crush This? Stage at the line. Here's the green light off the line. Horse goes to the Raminator. Avenger's got a good lead with the Dodge Champ, making up the ground, and over goes Ferguson in the shutdown area. What a matchup it was, again, between Team Scream and the Crush This boys here tonight. Chevrolet taking on Ford. We have got to go back and check out the Crush This replay here tonight inside of round 1. There you see Avenger upside down. We go back at the replay. They're pretty much even now as they go up and over the first jump. Shootout over the final set of cars, and at the line, Dan 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 getting the job done in the Raminator by about a tire length. And watch the outside lane. Over goes Ferguson in the 57 Chevy, better known as Avenger, here tonight on Smashdown. Some wild racing as we kick off an all-new season. And once again, our track crew officials getting a workout here tonight. It's their second rollover as they flip Avenger right side up. But no doubt Jimmy Ferguson and the Team Scream camp will get that truck back and ready for action by next week. Again, these drivers are not only chasing the flag, they're chasing the overall points championship. And right now we get set and ready to close out round 1 competition. Adam Lamford back here tonight out of Atlanta, Georgia, and Goldberg. He's now ready to take on Jason Sensation Craddock in the Gas Monkey out of Dallas, Texas over here on the inside lane. Your current Smashdown champion. He won out the last race of the December season, bringing the flag on into the new year. We're going to see what he's got against Goldberg. Is he going to be able to hang on to that championship flag? We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Goldberg and Gas Monkey. Here's the green light now, and Goldberg got the whole shot. Gas Monkey making up the ground fairly quickly. What a ride, and over goes the Goldberg machine. Adam Lamford gets turned it over, trying to chase down Gas Monkey here tonight. What a race it was here to close out round 1 competition. Gas Monkey running on the ragged edge over here on the inside lane. But let's talk about Goldberg. We're going to go back and check out the crush this replay pretty much even down that straightaway, up now over the first stroke. There you see 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 starting to pull a lead. Goldberg's a little out of shape, and 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 pulls it out by about a nose here tonight over Goldberg. And as they come across the finish line, he's just out of shape and turns the truck over, much like Invader did earlier tonight. However, Invader was over on the inside lane. But right now, we are heading down to the MTA shop, and there you see the trucks that were eliminated earlier tonight. All three of them have rolled over in round one, so those crews are down there thrashing and making sure they're going to be back and ready at 100% by next week. Again, the overall points chase is critical if you want a chance to go on into the February season next month. But right now, we got a lot more great racing still to come after the break.
It's bigger. This is the 10th anniversary of Crush This, a Monster Truck podcast brought to you by J Concepts. The Monster Truck Conductor Brad Shaw and Dan 𝐃𝐨𝐽. Strap in and hold on tight. This is Crush This.
And be sure to check out Brad Shaw and Dan 𝐃𝐨𝐽 Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on YouTube and Facebook for your Monster Truck podcast known as Crush This. Welcome back to Smashdown, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on into semifinal action. The Classroom Crusher set now to take on Boss Gator. Then the other side of the bracket, the Dodge Raminator is back. He's going to be challenging the defending champion, Jason Sensation Craddock, in the Gas Monkey Garage Mopar. So a couple of Dodges going to be throwing it down for the flag here tonight in semis. But up at the line right now is the man who's on a mission, is Austin Spence, and the Boss Gator looking to get back on top of the mountain. He will now take on the new kid on the block, 𝐿 Classroom Crusher, ready to go now on the outside, and a lot of guys are fearing that truck. He proved to be a serious threat out here on the MTA circuit when he debuted, taking home 3 championship wins in just a couple of months. He's ready to go on the outside. Here's the green light to get us started in semifinals. The Gators got to lead, but here comes Crusher now on the outside. Over he goes in the shutdown area. What a ride for 𝐿𝐿 in the Classroom Crusher, but Austin Spence and the Boss Gator hanging right there with him as he had a lead mostly down the track over the final set of cars. As we go back and look at the Crush This replay once again, Austin Spence and the Boss Gator got a good lead. Up now over the first jump, they settle it down in no man's land. Shootout now, and Classroom Crusher pulls it out by inches as he hits the cars there inside of that shutdown area, and over he goes. And right now, once again, our MTA track road officials are down there getting the Classroom Crusher right side up, and that's not a good sight right there, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like they have snapped off the right front tire of the truck. So those guys are going to be jumping up and jamming down there in the pit section, hopefully able to get him back in at 100% by the time the final round showdown happens here tonight. But right now we got one more race to go, so the Classroom Crusher team has some time to get that truck fixed, because up next it's Dan 𝐃𝐽𝐽 from Crush This. The Dodge Raminator is taking on defending champion Jason Sensation, your reigning and defending Smashdown champion here tonight out of the K&J Motorsports race team. Over here on the inside lane, Raminator taking on Gas Monkey. 2 Mopars are going to be throwing it down to close out semifinals. Crush This takes on K&J. Flag on the line. Who's moving on to the finals? Here's the green light now, and off the line they go. Gas Monkey's got the early lead on a Raminator, trying to come back to make contact in the shutdown area. What a matchup as both of them wanted the championship win here tonight in semifinals. We've got to go back and check out the replay here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Gas Monkey and Raminator throwing it down. Here's another look at the Crush This replay. Gas Monkey gets out of shape. They make contact. Neither one of them hit the racing lane cars. They make contact in the center of the track. And there you see Gas Monkey breaking the line first. And Jason Sensation Craddock and Gas Monkey will advance on in the final round showdown by mere inches here tonight over the Raminator team. So the points chase just got a whole lot more interesting as the defending champion will move into the final round here tonight. But we are down in the pit area now with Classroom Crusher. They have almost got the truck fixed. We're going to jump over to a commercial break. But right now, those guys are down there thrashing, and all they got to do is mount the tire, and they'll be back for the finals. And I want to remind you guys, coming up at the end of the month, Revenge is back, January 31st, 2026. The 8 trucks from Smashdown and Thunder this season are all going to be throwing it down at Revenge. And welcome back to Smashdown as we get ready for the final round showdown. 𝐿𝐿 returns here tonight. The crew got that truck back together. Classroom Crusher ready to go on the inside lane. He's going to be taking on defending champion Jason Sensation Craddock and Gas Monkey on the outside lane looking to hang on to that championship flag for the second week in a row and take the overall points lead here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Down the straightaway they go. They're pretty much even. Shootout over the first jump to the final set of cars, and 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 Classroom Crusher takes home another championship win in the brand new truck. The new kid on the block, the rookie sensation, is on a rail here tonight. Their crew got the truck back together, and he pulls out a win as we go back to the Crush This replay. Even now down the straightaway, up and over the first jump, that seems to be 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 Classroom Crusher kept it low to the ground, and he was able to pull out a win over the Dodge and Gas Monkey Garage. So ladies and gentlemen, he pulls out another win in his short rookie career. Give it up for your all-new Smashdown champion, 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 and Classroom Crusher. An exciting night of Diecast Monster Truck Racing. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜 Classroom Crusher on top. And now we take a look at the overall point standings. Obviously with a big win here tonight. Classroom Crusher at the number 1 spot with 100. Gas Monkey right behind him with 90. Then your semifinalists, Raminator and Boss Gator from Crush This, tied up at 80. And then your final 4 who were eliminated in round 1 competition here tonight, all wrapped up at 75 points. But it can all change as the season goes on here in January. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, Smashdown wraps up week 1 of the January season. Thank you guys so much for riding with us out here as we got the all-new season started and an all-new points chase underway. Thank you guys so much. Be sure if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road.